I started 3 minutes like I did yesterday, and I'll be ending the live at 30 minutes. Got a few messages that my higher self woke me up to. The divine woke me up with some information, and it's real simple. It's just free yourself. Free yourself, free yourself. Free yourself, free yourself, free yourself. What is today? I think today is Friday. And we gonna get into it early. We gonna get into it early. Alright, so I just got a message from Spirit wanting me to start now and not to wait. People that come up here, individuals that come up here, when they chime into it, they'll receive it. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Gratitude is a chosen attitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and welcome. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate your presence for being here. And this message is for those who is experiencing exactly what I'm experiencing right now. There's 0 likes, there's 0 followers right now. There's no one watching on this live. And if you tapped into this after the fact, you're going to get the gist of the message today. And if you are watching it, then you could be a part of this message to free yourself. So what came to me first off was a song. I did a short with Jaguar Wright and Kiki Wyatt, and Jaguar was singing. She says, "I love you, I want you, I need you." And she repeats that a few times, and the universe is pleased with you. God is aware of your circumstance and your situation. Love factors in when you become discerned and you can share that love. We have to be able and learn how to directly identify and communicate with love on a frequency that we become love, so that we are love and we don't have to question our love or get our love validated through actions of others and how they treat us to tell us or show us that we're loved. We already consist of love. We're already in tune with love. We just have to transmute that love into a vibration of direct communication between our subconscious and our conscious minds to keep us aligned. And I know that I can feel and I can see that, just like myself, you've gone through self-sabotage. You've gone through dismantling and unarmoring yourself because of the opinions of other people influencing your subconscious mind from a toddler, from an infant level to toddler to preteen to adolescent to adulthood, and some of it is still going now. I can sense people and see people that are 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, even in their teens, even as toddlers. I'm a firm believer, because I know I've been here before, and energy is everything, and you can't create it nor destroy it. I know that a lot of you watching this have been here too. It seems like a repeated cycle, and a lot of times, like myself, we haven't been able to free ourselves from those things because we've gotten so caught up into the opinion of someone else, and that's what's really blocked us, the opinion as well as the opinion of the oppressor that we've so chosen to cling to, right? And so, in order to free ourselves, we have to become naked and aware of what is going on around us. And in order to do that and receive what we've asked for, I received this message on today. It said, to receive anything, you have to want what consequences, whether they're good or bad, you have to want what consequences comes with the foresight, what you see, what you focus on, the good things or the bad things. You It says you have to want what consequences come with the foresight that it is carrying, that it is coming to you when you are ready to receive what you've asked for now. So let me repeat that. To receive anything, you have to want what consequences come with the foresight that it is coming to you when you are ready to receive what you've asked for now. So, in other words, you may be, for example, sitting in traffic. You're not going to bulldoze through traffic. We don't have invisible cars. Everything in this physical realm can be touched. But when you focus and you use your foresight and your insight and your intuitive power and your gut power, right? It all comes from the core. It gives you that confidence. But when you're not confident, this is when we decide that we're going to figure out how we're going to get there a faster way. When quite honestly, we have to be we have to learn how to be present in the moment and adjust ourselves to the posture of the presence in that moment so we can continue to receive the gift on a continuous basis. you know this also came to me too during meditation on yesterday, and it says pain lasts for a moment, then it strengthens you. Brokenness lasts for a moment. I didn't write this down, this is coming to me now. Brokenness lasts for a moment, and then it strengthens you. Stress lasts for a moment, then it strengthens you. This is the mindset that you have to create to be free, be true, and be you. This is the mindset that you have to walk into. This is the mindset that you have to become in order to receive on a continuous basis. And you have to know that it's not going to be everything that you desired so much. Excuse me, so much so. It has to do with the things that you want wholeheartedly. And again, if we're not ready to receive those things in the form and the way that they come, you'll continue to bypass your freedom, because you have to know that things are just as they are. People are who they are. It is what it is. And so it is. Mote it be. Because change is outside of us is inevitable. But when we change from the inside out, oh, we can give credit, we can give praise to that entire process. Because we know what we're up against. It's not being up against bad things all the time. You could be up against just being decisive about how you're gonna share your story with the world, or how you're gonna, present something to someone, whether it be love and offer anything. Like, in order to free yourself, you have to want what comes with that. Freeing your mind is very easy when you're tapped into your inner self. Setting yourself free can become uneasy, because we can fall short into the consequences of what comes with this life. Not everybody is going to like us. I say that all the time. Not everybody is going to love you, but what wants you, what desires you as well, which are your thoughts that's been birthed out and they've been out into the universe, those are the things that's going to come to you. And you got to prepare yourself for it with a clean slate, with a clean mind, and not beating yourself up. Free yourself. Stop bringing up the past. Stop bringing up the past. If the past doesn't benefit you, it's no need. Don't give credit to the past. Has nothing to do with your future, and damn sure don't have nothing to do with your now. Now, the reasoning why may have a lot to do with your now. But if you're dwelling in a place that is no good for you and is causing dis-ease, we gotta learn to let that go. We gotta learn to let that go. You gotta learn how to nip stuff in the bud. And you gotta learn how to take yourself for full accountability and responsibility that you didn't say something the first time that person disrespected you. You didn't say something the first time that person violated you. You didn't say something the first time. Now you can use your voice and speak up when you can access the triggers within you and dismantle those. You can ammo, get rid of it. Save that ammo for what it's worth. Not to harm anybody, but to use to catapult yourself from the ground up. You know? So, let's see what else I was gonna speak on. Excuse me. Yep, still no viewers, still no followers, and you still got to keep going. That's a beautiful thing about it. I ran into this in Napoleon Hill's Outwitting the Devil on page 123, and it says, those who control and use their own minds escape the web. Those who control and use their own mind escapes my web. In other words, this is a conversation with the devil, and he's confessing some things. And I haven't gotten this far in the book just yet, but I just really thought that it was beautiful that I ran into 122 and then 123, having seen 1, 2, 3, 4, and also 633 and 622. So I'm enjoying to see that I'm in alignment, and I'm reminded of those things, right? So again, those who control and use their own minds escape the web. That's one of the things that I fell short of when it came to receiving the things that I wanted. That was the consequence of focusing on everybody else's opinion and what they had to say and what they were doing, and I had to compare myself to other people. And then I found out that I'm one of a kind. No matter how we look the same, no matter how much we may look the same or act the same or may do the same things, my intentions are totally different. When I set my mind to do something and I put actions towards it, the solution is already there. Whatever problem comes about, it's just that problem, but it can always be solved. Because I'm no longer caught up in somebody else's web and someone else's trap, not even my own trap. Because of what someone else said, because of what someone else did. It took a while for me to get out of that. It took a while, and I'm here to encourage you that you can get out of the same shit too. Yeah, and then I can remind you that your mind is not you. That's like right now, my mind is doing some other things, but it's the voice that overpowers the mind. It's the words that overpower the mind. It's the actions that overpower the mind. Someone told me is what is it, the mind over matter? Well, if I think about that for a second, if it were to be reversed, matter over the mind, the things that are taking up space in your mind through your thoughts, I believe that's the way it should go. Matter over the mind. What matters to you most over what the negative thoughts have brought to you? What matters you over the most? And the thing is, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock I just saw. Like you have to be in alignment in order to receive things on a higher intellect. It really doesn't click when your mind is clogged with everything else from the past or everything else in the future, and the now is right here. That's what causes a lot of the resistance. Not even, come on now. Come on now. What if all of the cars that you drove off the lot, you had to speed off by snapping the tail end of it off of a rope that's still holding on to the dealership? Would you want that car once that bumper has been pulled off? Because you had to yank you. Would you think of yourself as being that vehicle? Would you like somebody to put a rope around your neck in order for you to find an adjustment? No. You don't want to be snagged up like that. But I'm here to tell you, I've been snagged up like that. I almost knocked my own head off trying to take stuff with me. And I'm not little, I'm very strong. But I'm not pulling no car with no rope. I can tell you that now. That's not even my forte. That ain't a part of my practice. Athleticism, and I'm very athletic. I'm not pulling that with me. So the same way I'm not gonna pull a car behind me, the same way I'm not gonna pull negative stuff with me, I'm gonna drop it and let it go. To escape. I'm gonna drop it and let it go. I'm gonna drop it and say, no, it ain't working that way today. I ain't even gotta go that way today. Just before I got on here, it was stuff trying to tell me, oh, you hopping on YouTube Live, and then, you get the scrolling. I click right off of it. Absolutely not. Have self-discipline. See, we factor in the consequences too. And the good and the bad consequences. What type of moves you making? How you speaking to yourself? Are you doubting when you want these things, when you're sharing these things? Even when you keep it to yourself? Are you doubting it? Don't doubt about it. We can speak on it. We can speak on it. I'm just flipping through the pages now. This is interesting too. It said this is a little dialogue from the devil out of the book. This is page 100 in Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil, and it says, I cannot control you. This is the devil speaking, right? I cannot control you because you have discovered your own mind and you have taken charge of it. This definite knowledge is the blow with which you will deal me the greatest damage. So when you make the right choices and you make better moves, even seeing the consequences come, right? You're causing some things to shake up, because now the low vibrational entities and the low vibrational influences that cause you to obtain the lack thereof, you gonna make some shit shake when you take control of your mind. You gonna make some shit move out the way when you take control of your mind. Because the only person that's really in control is you. Yes, yeah, I know some people, they're religious and they talk about giving it to God. Okay, if that's one form, of not being controlled. But still remember that ye are gods. Ye are gods. You know, if you can know that and not just believe it, you'll see things different. It amazes me how I've come this far, and you know, at this point, a lot of people had not witnessed what I had gone through. They didn't understand it, and that's because I was still standing in the shadows. I was still just going through the ends with of debris and just trying to let go and not turn the other cheek, and you know, all of those things, and not go backwards, you know. And that's what brought me up here today. Like, that's what brought me up here these last couple of weeks. That's really over the last few years was brought me here, is to help people to, or assist people, because I can't help nobody that don't want to be helped, but to assist people with freeing themselves, you know. It's one of those things that you got to just go with it. You know what I'm saying? I really used to be on some like, ain't nobody watching, ain't nobody liking, so I'm gonna just hop off. No, I escaped that. I don't care if don't nobody watch this. It's gonna be up here for you. Whatever was meant for you to hear in this message, whether you watch it for a second, a minute, 30 seconds, it doesn't matter. If any and everybody comes across this video, you supposed to come across the video, because it's time for you to free yourself holistically. It's time for you to get out of the wagon that somebody else been dragging you in, and then throwing trash at you, and then expecting you to organize the trash. No. I don't care what shape you in. I'm talking about physical shape. Mentally, where you are is why I'm here. I want to mentally help you break the chains of your own bondage. And when you enter into the free world, into the new world, and the universe that you create for yourself, it's going to be all what you planted seeds, and it's going to grow. It's all the seeds that you planted is going to grow. It's going to be everything that you put in that world. You put positive things in that world, it is positive. You put negative things in the world, now it's going to be positive and negative. You don't have to transfer or transmute. A lot of things that's in this physical realm, it it exists on a higher level, in a higher state of mind, and that's if we so choose to tap in, you know. But if not, we just stay more dense, and we stay low to the ground, you know. And it's time to rise. It's really time to rise. It's really time for you to get up and rise for the occasion, for your celebration. It's 2025, and we are here to live and vibe alive, and that's what we gonna do. And that's why I'm gonna keep getting up here. 0 likes, 0 follow, it don't matter. I'm gonna keep getting up here. Somebody gonna see it. You can't tell me ain't nobody gonna see it. And that's the mentality I'm trying to show people to have, is that you can be confident and not arrogant. You can be in alignment and not frustrated. Just see it for what it is. And now, you know, I'm really encouraging myself at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because I shared with someone the other day. Whenever you see a 0, you see a cycle, you see a reflection. So if you put a 1 in front of that, you put a 2 in front of that, and no matter how many zeros you see behind it, every time there's a reflective, that number is that number is that number is that number. Just like I said, an atom is an atom to an atom that made that atom. So there are no zeros, there are only cycles. Cycles of 1, cycles of 2, cycles of 3, cycles of 4, cycles of 5, cycles of 6, cycles of 7, cycles of 8, cycles of 9, and cycles of 1 all over again. And we do those things. We constantly build. We constantly build. Every 11 months, you get some new cells, yo. You rebuilding. So if we're doing that, if we're rebuilding, it's no need to go back in the past. Why do I need to bring old foundation to build a new house? Nope. We're not doing all of that. Why would I bring the old thoughts that I had before into the now? I think it's redundant, unless it's going to be beneficial to assist someone on that journey that's ready to receive. That's another thing I want to share with you. Like, on my journey, I had to learn, like, not everybody is ready to receive, especially the way that you pull it out when you put it uniquely. When you give yourself the space and the opportunity, it's plenty of room for you, but you can't force people to come in that room just by means of what you want them to get. No, people want what they want. You want what you want, so you have to be patient. You have to be patient. Don't just throw yourself out there because you're impatient and you're anxious. Nope. Let it be what it is. Let it be what it is. I really hopped up out of my bed when I began to hear these things repeated or whatever. And at first I was like, man, I'm gonna lay here, I'm gonna bask in it. And then something was like, man, go ahead and get up. Go ahead and get up. 22:02 on the clock I just saw. Now 6:44. Something told me go ahead. I ain't even gonna say something. I know my higher self has been working with me as I've healed along this journey, and as I'm coming into and being like, I see it already. I see it for you. I see it for me. All of these greater things, yo. I really do. I just seen 22:25. Excuse me. I see all of these greater things that's happening for us. You know what I'm saying? So, before this ends, I just want to shout out and say, like, to those that stopped past and scrolled or whatever the case is, and you watched for a second, I really appreciate you. I'm really grateful for your presence. I'm really grateful for, your mind being in the right place, whether it was here for a second or not. I really appreciate your view. I usually go through the comments at this time, but as I said, I was just going to be obedient and stay up here until, the 30-minute mark. So we got 7 minutes left. What else can I share with y'all while I'm up here? Because I'm just not going to stop. I just feel led to do some things, and I'm just not going to stop. Like, it's, I'm unstoppable, you know what I'm saying? And you are too. Like, we all are powerful beings, you know what I'm saying? And another part of my journey is to just, not just tell people, but that show people you can make it. Like, if you're waiting on love, if you're waiting for another child, if you're waiting on a job or a position or anything like that, like, you have everything that you need within you. You got everything that you need within you. You have everything that you need within you. The things that you want, the things that you desire on the outside of you is when the game comes into play. And you got to learn that in that game, it's a lot of folks that wear costumes, masquerades, things like that, and they hide behind the shadows through religion and other practices and things that, to me, I don't deem them to be as sovereign. But it's once upon a time in everybody's story, and I believe at this point a lot of people have experienced what a good and a bad side is. And the important thing is that when you know, and you gotta move accordingly if that's what you so choose. If you want to go to the left, go to the left. You want to go to the right, go to the right. But you got to choose and be definite about it. Another thing I learned from Napoleon Hill is, don't be a drifter, yo. Don't be a drifter, and don't hang around people that drift either. Like a lot of people in the last couple days, just before what people say that the ball drop at midnight for 2025, like a couple people like tried to show back up, and it was like, we not doing that. We not doing that. I'm also teaching myself patience, that, give it the full time. Don't cut it short. Don't cut it short, because it could be in the last minute that somebody shows up here and they may just be like, hey, like, what were you speaking on? What? And I'm here for it. You feel me? It could be the last 30 seconds. And then, it could just be an expansion of nothing was there at first, but then look at the abundance there is now. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Hey, how you doing? Excuse me, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. But I got up here, I hopped up here early, and I've pretty much, said what Spirit has guided me to say. You know what I mean? I'm just being obedient to, you know, whatever it is. It's like a duty that I have. You know what I'm saying? It's a duty that I have to just be here and to be present. And for real, I could just be up here because my presence is needed for someone else to be encouraged. You know what I'm saying? Just my energy, you know? And I'm grateful for that. Holistically grateful for it. So I know that everything is gonna be alright. It's coming up. I know you're doing a great thing in the universe. Most High, within me and outside of me. I know it's happening for other people. I know it's happening for those that believe that they can't do it. But I know they can. And I know it's something that's in them that knows that they can too. It's just about finding that golden piece and not figuring out how, but enjoying the journey of when it came and why you went. And I know sometimes it's hard for other people to get. I know it's hard for some people to understand. But that's when they stand under the demands of someone else's influence and their thoughts. They kind of drown in, not even kind of, they drown in someone else's words or vibrations. But I know that the Most High, outside of myself, is really revealing some things and unveiling the mask on the eyes of the people so that they can see and become holistically and authentically themselves and speak their truth. It's healing as well as harvest season. And I know there's plenty of people that's ready to receive. I'm grateful that I'm here, that I can provide my voice on the platform to speak up and allow other people to hear me so they can feel more confident to be heard about their journey, about their walk, about their talk. And I know it's not all about us telling a story, because some of us won't share our story in the form that I'm sharing my story. But I'm grateful that people do have another form to share their story, because their story could be better than mine, only because it's unique. Their story could blow up faster than mine, only because they're great. But I'm great too. And I'm okay. I'm not in competition. I'm just grateful. And I'm grateful for each and every individual that came up here. It's going on about 40 more seconds that I have. And I just want to let you know, I extended my time and everything to be available and to be a part of your scrolling time today. And I want to say that, as always, gratitude is a chosen attitude in each and every way. Be free, be true, be you with a gratitude attitude. Don't let anyone deter you. Don't even allow yourself to deter you from your peace. It's all within. There's no need to go against self. Just trust the process and keep progressing. Everything is going to come to you, and I guarantee every time you're going to win. Life is good, and it only gets better. Tap in again with me. Peace.